Gang, that's insane. I've been there for... Oh no. Man, she needed this so bad. Oh God. Oh, I'm usually against car covers because once you put the cover on, it just stays on too long, you know? And that doesn't really fix everything, but look at that. Embarrassing, but also impressive, huh? Alright, we're gonna knock out some of this rust, I hope. Got this knight in shining armor guy. He looks like he knows what's up when it comes to shiny metal stuff, so we're gonna go with this. And some quadruple zero super loser steel wool. How'd we do? I'd say that's an improvement. I mean, it's not going to stop the tiny rust holes from being there, but it's way more better. Sir Chrome's a lot here, knows what's up. That is way better than it was. Back to Between the Sharks. We are in the 54 Chevy on our way to the auto parts store to pick up parts for the truck, of all things. Just trying to get some miles on it. All right, well, we're back from the auto parts store. No, it's not what it looks like, I promise. So it did really well. Really short trip, but we're taking her easy. She's still got She still didn't have fresh gas or anything like that in it, but we did a lot of modifying. So who knows what I left loose was sort of my philosophy in driving it. Even with the 256 gearing in the rear end, with the 4-speed, it's still plenty peppy. Totally satisfied with that. Now we got one more weak link in go fast mode. Yep, we have 20-year-old Coker Classics. We're a little crammed in here, so we'll get a look at the actual Coker Classics here in a minute. But stashed away We've got some brandy new to us Firestones. I mean, if you've got the scratch, to me, this is the tire. Firestone Deluxe Champion gum dipped. If you guys have not shopped for classic car white wall tires yet, well, they're all made by Coker, all of them. But they own the molds, they remake them all. Everything is a Coker tire, but these have the original gum dip white wall side. Super cool, pie crust edges. So you're like, why aren't these on the car yet, you big dummy? And I'd be like, well, yeah, I've had them for 6 months. They're not, because they're not balanced. And I don't know, it was weird. They were on a 57 Chevy truck. A guy decided he was gonna sell those because, you know, he wanted to put on some kind of street rod wheels, which is, you know, you chip foose it if you want to. It's all the same to me because you just sold me a set of wheels and tires cheap. I had to pay $1,000 for them. While that's really expensive, and I paid $1,000 cash for a set of wheels and tires, I had just ordered 2 tires from Coker, and that was $600 when I saw this ad. They hadn't shipped yet, so I went and bought those, and the moment I got back, I called Coker and I said, hey, cancel that order. I do wonder though, pop that beauty ring off. It's actually a nice beauty ring. These are the hubcaps I've been running on my 54 since forever. I saw them at a swap meet once. I thought the ship was really, really, really cool. Ultimately, worked my way backwards, figured out that's the Plymouth logo. It's the Mayflower. I would assume Plymouth Rock, Mayflower, very clever fellas. But I want to make sure they fit on here. Not saying... Yep, they'll do. I mean, we may run these beauty rings. They're pretty cool. So it's fun to change it up every once in a while. These rims are also made for disc brakes, which is a huge help because disc brake wheels will fit over drum brakes, but not vice versa. The caliper doesn't clear. And I'll tell you what, disc brake steelies are not easy to come by anymore. The 15-inch ones, I don't know what happened to them all, but around here, like you can get them off a Caprice or, you know, an 80s van or something like that, but nobody bothers, man. Everything's 16, 17, 18, 22 inches, especially in Atlanta, 22s. Another cool thing about these tires, if you're running them on an open-wheeled hot rod, no fenders kind of thing, the stamping is on the inside too. So you got a black wall with the same gum-dipped logos as your white wall. It's kind of cool. You know, if you're into cool stuff. I got 2 tire shops in town. One is a dude that runs his own operation basically out of a shed selling used tires, but he's always treated me right. He's mounted a bunch of tires for me. And then there's this fancy pants shop that costs 4 times as much, but they're pretty rad, and they actually know how to shave white walls to balance them properly on the car. So like, they got a machine that actually sands down a certain amount until they're totally true. It's pretty cool. It's an ancient machine, they've had it forever. We're going to our shed tire guy though. I'm gonna see if he can balance these with the weights on the inside, because my fancy place is not open today. Need the keys to make the truck do. We're back and we are balanced. Well, that's an exaggeration. I don't know if we are balanced, but the tires are indeed balanced. Guy did them for 60 bucks. Put the weights on the inside like I like. If that's any indication, gang, white walls and the way that they're made, they can be severely out of balance. And that's why that shaving machine, what I talked about earlier, might be a good idea. If we get some miles on these things and there's still a little bit of a shimmy, we'll take it up to Weaver to get them shaved, because, I mean, they're brandy spanking new. Not only new to me, because I'm cheap and I buy stuff used. That's the way I am, man. All right, we got to get her cleaned up here. I'm going to use bleach white. You can't tell this is bleach white because I've had this bottle for 20 years and it's real faded and the top's broken off. either this product lasts for a really long time or I'm really bad at cleaning stuff. I'll let you guys figure that one out. So I got my first set of white walls 20 years ago, and my buddy said you got to have this because that's what cleans the blue dye that they use to coat. I don't even know why it's on there, but it's on there. So basically we'll give them a little squirt. Now if you don't have bleach white, they do usually carry it at most, you know, O'Reilly's types places. I'm just gonna kind of go like this here. Oh, that's not gonna work. We'll shake it up. We'll just pour it on. It's fine. But if you don't have this stuff, and if this stuff is kind of tired and not working anymore for us, I will indeed go grab the soft scrub cleanser with bleach. Works pretty darn good as well. You guys there? All right. I mean, that's a pretty big difference. Clean, not clean, if you weren't sure about which the difference is. Round two. I'm gonna try the old soft scrub cleanser with bleach. I can smell the bleach in this. I don't think it's a fair comparison. I think that the bleach in our 20-year-old bleach white has gone a little bit inert, as bleach will indeed do. Man, they're sure good looking. We're gonna give this a little bit of a whirl. High shine. Spray directly onto your tire, let it dry to the touch. This method will create the highest shine possible. I guess I should let these dry, although it is water-based, so maybe not. It does say it's a UV protectant, which is a really big deal. UV will eat tires like you wouldn't even believe. So we'll just give it a couple squirts and see what happens. Well, it is indeed getting to be 11 billion degrees, and I'm trying to figure out where to change these tires. It seems like a simple task, but nothing, when left to me, is simple. "20 years and they still hold air." It's crazy. Crazy. The reason for changing tires after they've been sitting for a long time, even if they're not showing any signs of dry rot, which they're actually not. The rubber does harden. Eventually that will show the dry rot. The issue is when they're super hard, well, they basically just become slicks. Like, you're not, I don't even know if they're like slicks. They basically won't grab. So if it's rainy or slick or whatever, plus you never know when there's something going to come unglued either, or if they will at all. And considering we just made all these highway upgrades, safety on the tires is it's a pretty big deal. Even if it doesn't put us into a wall and that tire comes loose, well, it's gonna, you know. In fact, right here on the old murder van, it's folded in like a lot. That's what it would normally look like. And that's from a blowout, from an old tire on my way back cross country. There we go. Is it hot out here? Or is it just these new tires? They look awesome. But the wheels makes the car real monochrome. The black and the beauty rings with the gray car with white accents. I think I want to go back to my red stripe and my hubcaps. When was the last time we put gas in this thing? Anybody remember? I feel like it's been a minute. But we are on our way to the hardware store, doing a little test drive on our brandy new, very expensive tires. Here goes nothing. All right, we made it back. I was busy paying attention to the car. There's just so much new about it. You know, brakes are new and wheels are new and the balance and the rear end gearing, everything's new. But we made it. But we got to talk, gang. This Rust-Oleum was $11 and 90% of the Rust-Oleum there was water-based. Come on, America. It's Rust-Oleum. It cost a whole lot, but I don't even know if it's the right color. They didn't have any chips. That's darker than we want, but I missed it. Did you see that? I just missed it entirely. They had an apple red, not candy apple red. Apple red, but it was only water-based, and I almost bought it until I did the right thing and read the instructions about how to clean it up. But it says soap and water. Gang, you got the wrong stuff. It's a pretty good red. Let's go see how good. Yep, I think that'll do it. Do I wish I had done this before I installed them? Yep. We'll find out if this is spray paint or not. A little acetone to clean off whatever may or may not be on there. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, gang. It'll be all right. It just looks like a rattle can paint job anyhow. So the more important thing is don't get it on the white walls. We accomplished that. I don't know. All right, the process here is simple, gang. Get paint where we want it, don't get it where we don't want it. We'll get used to it. We just gotta ease in. Ease in. I don't want to, but I may have to thin this a little bit. But thin paint means runny paint. Runny paint means drippy paint. Drippy paint means white walls get red paint. If that's not doing something for you right now already, then I can't help you, man. It makes everything pop. Probably like 3.5 hours late. The car show started quite a while ago, but there's a little bit of car show left. So we're gonna try doing this one more time. Fingers crossed, here goes nothing. I went to take it to a car show the other day, and by the other day I mean 9 months ago, and the generator wasn't generating. All right, we got some fresh gas, cause boy howdy, who knows how old the gas in this thing was. It was driving really well. I was shifting, I realized this is our first trip longer than a mile or two from home. I was driving with hot rod face. It's like where you're driving, you get this real intense look when you're shifting, kind of like this, you know, you're either trying to look real tough or like you're constipated or something. DD's Speed Shop is like the worst about it, but it's always on test drives, and that's kind of how I feel. And it's not like you're trying to look tough and intense like this is 2-lane blacktop. It's like the look of lack of confidence, like you're so focused on every noise and like completely expecting the car to just shut off or implode at the next shift. It's pretty funny. Here we go, hot rod face. It's kind of, you're gonna shift real hard. But honestly, like I always laugh when I watch DD's Speed Shop do it, because it's not tough and cool. I recognize that. It's a little bit of anxiety and anticipating embarrassment being broken down with your car scattered all over the road as everybody drives by. You're like, yep, I built it. All right, we're sneaking up on it, I think. I don't know where it is though. Gang, this just feels like Power Tour. I just pulled into a traffic jam. Although Power Tour was just swimming with some pretty cool stuff. Like this is, yeah, this is this stuff. I mean, I guess if that's your bag. All right, 9 months, 3 hours late. I mean, there are a lot of people here, but I have no idea where the car show is. It's at some other spot. Apparently it fills up by 8, so I'm in spectator parking. There's stuff around. There are a lot of little imports revving their engines. If you're into that kind of thing, check this show out, I guess. go find the show. The car did great. Not telling anybody how to do their thing, but maybe they need to expand, like Honda, Viper, Prius. Like that's a good team right there. That thing's in trouble. This is cool though. Baby seat in the front. I can hang out with this guy. Guys, I've been walking for like 3 hours and I still haven't found the car show. I think it's over there. No, it's like 4 parking lots away. Like I'm on the other side of the shopping mall. There are a lot of people here for this. Okay, sure. Now we're talking. That's cool. 53 unchopped. The business coupe back glass though, it's unusual. I like it. No trim though. Factory, I think. Those are cool. I mean, I guess the best thing about this show is it's huge and everybody's welcome. So if you like anything with an engine, they're here. Everybody's here. Thousands of people spectating every kind of car.
They're all building cars at any given time. They're building something.
Guys, I thought I'd never find it. Oh no. I went to one of these. This is caffeine and octane, right? The worst thing about it is there is no caffeine here, ever. And I love coffee. I went to one of these things roughly 5 years ago, and it was nothing like this. Probably 10 years ago. 8 years ago? I don't know. I had a Roadster. And man, oh man, has it changed. It's so, there's every kind of car. Like, tuner cars are clearly the hit, and then the supercar guys are trying to be real cool and show off their money. But I would say that, you know, the real meat and potatoes of people hanging out here is what I would consider, you know, the modern evolution of hot rodding. Taking a cheap import car and making it faster. It's also probably the size of one of the smaller days at Power Tour, which is pretty crazy. Pretty awesome though. I guess the other observation is like the crowd is way more diverse than Power Tour. Power Tour's got a little bit of a type, you know, but teenagers to old people, everybody's here, you know. It's like, if you like cars at all, there's something for you. So this road we're on, where the car show was, it just occurred to me, people have been blowing by me, man, like, not street racing, but like, you know, a couple imports kind of doing like little import dance things. And I realized we're on Barrett Parkway outside of Atlanta, significantly north of Atlanta, but this has always been, since they expanded it to 4 lanes in each way, like the place that kids with little sports cars came out to like cruise or mini drag or stoplight to stoplight. And it's been like that for 25 or 30 years. And then they just put this car show right in this area. Like suddenly things are jiving. I do like how it's just sort of a celebration of all things motorsports. Like, doesn't care, there's absolutely no limitations on the show. 2 wheels, 4 wheels, 6 wheels, who cares? Bring it. You can park in the show if you get there on time or early enough. And otherwise, you know, just like Power Tour, the spectator lots are full of stuff. But I'm happy to be getting the hell out of there. It's a lot for a Sunday morning, man. I'm more of a drink my coffee and read the paper type. But that said, the car show served its function. I'm not really big on car shows. I enjoy them for a short period of time. Typically, for me, I like the smaller ones a little better, but I use them as a goal, you know, to just get the car running, you know, dust it off. We'll take it to the car show. Or go drive one that I haven't driven in a while, or, you know, it's a good reason to dust your car off and get it out. And this, you know, that's what I tried to do 9 months ago, was dust it off and get it out, and I ran into a problem. And unfortunately, I let 9 months pass not enjoying this car. We did about a solid week of intense surgery and upgrades, and now we're driving the car and it's fun again, you know. That's the whole point. Still learning these new gears. Let's see how they do. We're about to hit a 2-lane road with a 55-mile-an-hour speed limit. Got my GPS speedometer because my speedometer is not going to be tuned. First gear, 35 miles an hour. Second gear, 45. Guys, this thing's got a ton of headroom. Dang, this is 50 miles an hour in second gear. Dog's pumped. She hadn't gotten a ride in it, so we're just gonna park it because looks like we just barely beat the weather. Nine months and 3 hours late, we made it to that car show. I mean, car show being what it is, it was a goal. It was a motivator. It was the thing that got me to dust this thing off. I want to thank you for following this saga. We're just kind of buttoning her up ahead of the weather here. We made it to the car show, 9 months and 3 hours too late. But hey, we made it. That was a ton of work. It's got brand new brakes. It's got a brand new gearing set in the rear end. Brand new rear end, really. New alternator, new charging system. There are plenty of bugs I'm sure we'll have to work out, but with every single drive, I'm getting a little more confident with it. We probably got 45 miles on it so far since we did all of that work. We just got to keep driving it, keep tinkering on it, not letting it sit anymore. And it's a really cool car. It's a fun car to drive. So with that enthusiasm, guys, get out there and go look at your project, fall back in love with it. It is fun. Sometimes they sit, and that's just part of it. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm just elated that it's working. So thank you guys for watching and subscribing, and for all the supportive comments. I really, genuinely appreciate it. This was a lot, but it paid off. So good luck on your projects out there, and we will see you next time on Between the Sharks.
Stay tuned for more.